Today on Drama Farm, Lil Tay versus Bryce Hall. Alright guys, so we're starting off today here on the big Twitter, or X. I don't know, do you guys call it X? I personally don't think I'll ever call it X. I do sometimes, but anyway, that's not the point here. Bryce Hall, I have heard of this guy before, but I don't know how he necessarily got popular. Is he a big YouTuber? Did he blow up on TikTok? Was he one of the first TikTokers? Is that how he blew up? Let's take a Google search real quick. Bryce Michael Hall is an American media personality and content creator with a large following on TikTok and YouTube. He first gained fame on Vine and Musical.ly. So damn, he's been around for a while. He's probably one of those cringe ass Vine kids. Let's tap into the tweet. Lil Tay blew up calling everyone broke at 11 years old. Today, at the ripe age of 18 years old, she starts an OnlyFans and sells her body to pedos because she went broke. Funny how time works. Okay, so Bryce just hitting the world with some social commentary. Only 1.8k likes on 1.7 million views. So it seems that not that many people agree with what he has to say here. I don't think he's necessarily saying anything wrong, because it is weird. It is weird. Maybe it's one of those things where it's right message, wrong messenger. Let's see what the comments are saying. So boom, this is where it starts. Lil Tay clap back because it's Lil Tay, man. If you know anything about Lil Tay, she's from this era too. She blew up on Vine, I think it was Vine, or was it YouTube? I just remember her being mad young, being like, I'm the youngest flexer, I'm richer than all y'all. I saw her on like Instagram Reels or something. She was going real big back in the day. Then she disappeared and vanished. Now she's back apparently on OF after they faked her death. A whole bunch of Lil Tay drama. She had this to say: OMG, Lil Tay made 15 M's in 2 weeks. That's so hilarious. Is that cap? Like, she really made more than Bryce Hall made in his entire career. More than he made maxing out Addison Rae's, Amex, more than he made getting folded by Austin McBroom, all in 2 weeks. Hold on, I really got to get to farming harder because Lil Tay made 15 M's in 2 weeks off of OF. That gotta be cap, right? That is a little weird. What? There's no way she made 15 M's. But I mean, if Sophie Rain really made like 40 plus M's, then maybe. Dude just used right to describe a newly 18-year-old. Yeah, I guess that is some weird verbiage, right? If she's 16, they aren't pedos. Your boy, Hey Big Mike, and Leonardo DiCaprio fuck 21-year-olds at parties and from clubs. Mike is 40 and Leo's probably approaching 50. I don't know what kind of... I don't know what kind of rebuttal that is. That's not personally my favorite type of rebuttal, but hey, she's not 18, you ignorant fuck, and her OnlyFans doesn't consist of any nudes because it's illegal. She's being trafficked. Can we dig a little deeper here? What is this girl talking about? It doesn't matter. Her lying about how much she makes to lure young women in the industry is weird. She's not choosing to do this. What part of trafficking do you not get? Is she not choosing to do this on her own accord? Are her pages being run by somebody? Before I get too deep in that thread, let's see what Lil Tay has to say. She clapped back with a big quote retweet. Bryce, the fact that you jumped to reply to me the second I mentioned Addison ending you just proves my point. You've been hanging on to that era like it's the last piece of relevance you've got. You keep trying to project falling off onto me when you spent the last 4 years trying to claw your way back into conversations that don't involve your exes. Boxing losses or you publicly admitting the industry stopped calling. I don't need you for engagement. You need me, because the only time people remember your name is when you're attached to a woman who's shining harder than you. I'm 18 and still more talked about than you've managed to be since 2020, which is why you're foaming at the mouth, trying to spin narratives about me while avoiding the one about you, the one where your peak was a relationship you no longer have and a fight you didn't win. I'm not arguing with you about my career when your entire identity depends on recycled drama and hoping someone like me throws you a viral moment. And if you didn't read all this, you're intellectually beneath me, just like every other aspect of your life where I'm better than you. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, if Lil Tay typed that shit herself, all by herself, then she really went crazy. If I was Bryce Hall and I read this shit, I would be, I don't even know what I would say. 10k likes and 1.6 M views. That ain't a great ratio, but that sounds like a lot more people enjoyed her response than Bryce Hall's initial tweet. Well, nigga, do you really expect me to read all that shit? Well, thank you. Well, that's why I'm here, so you guys don't have to read. All you have to do is listen while we farm this drama. Two most insufferable people ever battle over who can be more insufferable. Bryce, you sold your naked body to pedos, Lil Tay, but I made money from it, so it's okay. He's a TikToker turned boxer. Head trauma and brain concavities aside, of course he's intellectually beneath you. This guy's back for more engagement. Shout out Brandon, man. Dude just used right to describe a newly 18-year-old. Yep, copy and paste. That's the way to do it. Easy method. Upon more scrolling, I found out that Lil Tay actually started this, and Bryce was only defending himself. Wow. He had quote retweeted something about Addison Rae and him. I'm not too familiar with this lane. Like Addison Rae, Bryce Hall. I don't know. I just randomly saw this on the timeline. I'm like, yo, let's farm it. Okay. And then Lil Tay said she ended you. To which he responded with this, a DM. Get out my mentions, dumb bitch. Trying to get old dudes subbing to your young ass OnlyFans. Laughing my ass off, you broke bitch. Holy shit. Wait guys, things get even hotter. So Bryce's response to that long ass essay I just read from Lil Tay was, you're talked about because you posted your pussy as soon as you turned 18. Laughing my ass off, Lil whore. Whoa, things are definitely getting spicy here. To which Lil Tay says, you calling me a whore is insane. From someone who spent years shirtless on TikTok, making thirst traps for 13-year-old girls. You're practically begging me to say your name again. Because without women to attach yourself to, you fall back into the abyss of washed TikTok boys that time forgot. I like this back and forth going on, real spicy, real negative. Nothing you say will change the fact you sell your pussy to old men for money, you virtual prostitute. So Bryce is going down that lane. I feel like that's low-hanging fruit. That's pretty easy to do. I never sold my pussy a day in my life. So for you to be this confident talking about it tells me you must be subscribed. You study my content harder than your own career. No wonder you're broke. I don't know how I feel about that clapback. Yo, this back and forth, it did get a little spicy, but I just don't know. Nobody's really throwing no haymaker. It's like you watching a boxing fight and they just dancing around the ring. They throwing a couple punches and a couple of jabs are landing. But then like when you want the knockout, they just start hugging. And it's like, damn, come on, get the fight. Okay, then the next day, Lil Tay with Bryce Hall is a cuck. His girlfriend is a failed OF model. He's worried about my pussy because he's secretly subscribed since the minute I turned 18. The only career he has left is gooning to my OF page. I'll be so real. That don't sound like something a girl or woman would type. This is kinda, this seems like someone is behind the scenes now. Bryce Hall responds with, bitch, you started this. Don't dish out what you can't take. Keep posting dirty box pics for $5 a month and stop tweeting about me. Super simple. So everything ends with this. Lil Tay, this is taking me out.
I'm not a boxer. I'm not a fighter. I've never claimed to be a fighter.
I'm gonna knock out Austin because I'm an actual fighter and I got 2 guns right here. I am a fighter. I have a wrestling background.
I ain't gonna lie, that kinda did hit. That kinda hit for me. That kinda hit for me. And just 1 hour ago, Bryce Hall rebuttals with this. Try again, Lil Ho.
I am a fighter. I've always claimed to be a fucking fighter.
Wait, but didn't he just say he wasn't in the other video? W TikTok edit. Bryce Hall versus Lil Tay. If you made it this far in the video, man, you enjoy the drama. You enjoy the drama farm. So make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button. The little beef between these two seems to be ongoing, and it is a little entertaining to watch these two relics of the past. I don't know, I guess they're doing their own thing, but what do they really do? They both want to beef with each other because they know drama gets the views and drama gets the clicks, and people are gonna see what they're up to, like we're doing right now. Who do you think got the best of who, Bryce or Lil Tay? My money's going on Lil Tay for this one. Until next time, guys, if there's any other explosive updates with this situation, I'll tap back in, of course, to farm this drama.